You are the chosen one. You stare at the unpaid bill on the table. You feel the clock breathing on your neck. You wonder how to survive another month. You sit in the clinic hallway. You count the tiles. You swallow fear. You wait for your name to be called. You stand in your kitchen at midnight. The light hums. The house is quiet. The empty chair says too much. And yet in the silence of that night, heaven is already writing your dawn. Night tries to bury you. Morning chooses to lift you. Rejection sings in one ear. Promotion whispers in the other. You feel small. You are being enlarged. You feel late. You are right on time. Being chosen does not mean ease. It means weight. It means your life is a blueprint for others. It means your steps carry a map for those who will follow. You are handpicked to carry a divine purpose. You are set apart for a mission that carries more people than your own name. You are the answer to a prayer you did not hear. You are the pillar in a house that tried to fall. To whom much is given, much is expected, and you have been given much. You see what others do not see. You hear what others do not hear. You feel what others refuse to feel. You are awake, while many are asleep. Dreams visit you with detail. Visions rise in the quiet. Insight sits with you at breakfast. Discernment walks with you to work. This is why the pressure is heavy. This is why the warfare is loud. A thief does not check empty pockets. The enemy does not storm a house without treasure. You are targeted because you are valuable. You are pressed because you carry oil. If this truth speaks to you, hit like and subscribe. Write 333 inches the comments. It is a prophetic sign of your divine alignment. Look at Joseph, sold by brothers, chained for a crime he did not commit, placed in a cell that looked like an end. Yet the cell was a hallway to a palace. He learned the language of power while wearing the clothes of a prisoner. He managed the dreams of others while his own dream waited. He suffered. He grew. He rose. Look at Esther, crowned in a court that did not know her story. She was placed near power, not for comfort, but for courage. She walked into danger so her people could walk into safety. Look at David, overlooked in a field, anointed in the presence of those who doubted him. He stood before a giant with a simple plan and a steady faith. Look at Job, stripped by loss, seated in ashes, yet still speaking hope. These stories are not distant myths. They are mirrors. They say to you, your pain is not the last line. They say to you, the heavy season is a sacred classroom. You carry your family on your back. You stand as the backbone when the old pillar cracks. When the roof leaks, you catch the water. When the table is empty, you stretch one loaf into many meals. When the voices rise, you choose peace. When the apology never comes, you forgive anyway. Your life is a bridge over a river of history. You are the interruption of cycles that tried to live forever. Poverty ends with you. Addiction ends with you. Silence ends with you. You are not breaking for yourself alone. You are breaking for your bloodline, and for those you will never meet. I know the wait in the clinic line. I know the sting when the phone does not ring. I know the long walk home after another interview that felt like a wall. I know the grocery math that turns hope into fractions. Yet I also know this truth. The harder the day, the nearer the promise. The longer the wait, the deeper the root. Delay is building strength that speed cannot give. Hidden seasons grow unshakable people. You are being built, not broken. You are being formed, not forgotten. Remember Noah, building on dry ground while laughter filled the air. He obeyed what he heard, and his obedience became shelter. Remember Abraham, leaving what was known to follow what was true. He walked without a full map, yet he became a father of many. Remember Jeremiah, young and weeping and bold, speaking truth to a hard room. He stood firm when the crowd walked away. Remember Peter, who failed in one night, restored in one morning, and sent to lead with new fire. These names are not perfect people. They are willing people. They were chosen, and they grew into the choosing. So will you. You ask, why is it so hard? Because you are lifting more than yourself. Because your yes is watering seeds you cannot see yet. Because your victory will become a family story told for years. Because the door you open will never close again. Your trial is not random. Your opposition is a signpost. Your tears are irrigation for a field you will soon harvest. Your midnight is a womb for morning. Keep moving. Keep breathing. Keep showing up. You are closer than it feels. I speak to the scenes you know. The bill due on Friday, you fear the number, yet provision is already moving toward you. The scan next week, you fear the room, yet healing is already breathing on your name. The argument replaying in your head, you fear the drift, Yet reconciliation is already stretching out a hand. I speak to the job that delayed you, the dream that paused, the door that would not open. Resistance is a test, not a verdict. You are not late. You are in training. You are learning how to lift the crown you will soon carry. Say this with me. I am chosen. I am not small. I am not lost. I am not behind. I am trusted with weight for a reason. I am set apart for a mission that blesses many. I will think with faith. I will speak with courage. I will move with purpose. I will finish what grace started in me. If this truth speaks to you, hit like and subscribe. Write 333 inches the comments. It is a prophetic sign of your divine alignment. Now hear this. Chosen one, you will not drown in this month. You will not be defined by this report. You will not be framed by this failure. Your story bends toward hope. Your steps are guarded by favor. Your hands will build, and your words will heal. You will plant, and you will harvest. You will close the door to the old cycle. You will open the window to fresh air and clear sky. You will stand, and others will stand because you stood. This is how the chapter ends. The hallway is long, yet a light grows at the far end. You take one step, then another. The floor vibrates with quiet courage. The old lock releases. It falls away. The door swings open with force and stays open. A crown rests on a table beyond the threshold, waiting for your hands. You breathe. You lift your head. You step forward. The room fills with a soft wind, and a new banner hangs above you. It reads with calm strength, "Well done." And the final image holds like a seal. A wide door stands open, and no one can shut it. You walk a road that feels like a wilderness. The ground is hot. The air is thin. Your prayers sound small in the wide sky. You look at your bank app, and the numbers feel like a wall. In the clinic hallway, you breathe slow. You read the same poster again and again. You are not weak. You are in training. The desert is not a curse. The desert is a classroom. Moses learned to listen there. Israel learned daily bread there. Jesus stood there and came out with power. The dry ground removes noise. The dry ground reveals motives. The dry ground builds muscle that comfort will never build. You feel cut back. You feel smaller. You are being made strong at the root. You ask if heaven is quiet. You ask if your life is on pause. You ask if you misheard the promise. Listen. In the quiet, your hearing grows. In the pause, your aim improves. In the waiting, your heart becomes steady. A seed in the soil feels cut off from light, yet the dark is where the root grows. Hidden does not mean forgotten. Delay does not mean denial. Silence does not mean absence. You know the ache of being overlooked. The interview ends with a smile and no call. The group text moves on without your name. The meeting closes and your idea stays on the floor. David knew this ache. He guarded sheep while others stood in the room. Yet the oil waited for him. The oil refused to flow until the shepherd entered. The field child became the focus. The overlooked became the chosen. So do not chase every room. The room that holds your oil will wait for you. You carry scars that do not show. The scan that came back unclear. The late fee that hit when you were already low. The night you stayed silent so the house could sleep. You did not break. You bent, and then you rose. Your scars are not a brand of shame. Your scars are letters that spell survivor. They speak better than fear. They tell the truth about your strength. Chosen ones are often misunderstood. Joseph spoke a dream and drew anger. Nehemiah spoke about rebuilding and met ridicule. Jeremiah spoke hard truth and wept alone. Peter fell in the night and was lifted in the morning. Esther sat near a throne to carry a risk in her heart. None of them were perfect. All of them were willing. They walked through dust and came out carrying answers. You will also carry answers. You will also leave footprints that others can follow. You wonder why the arrows fly from those you love. Family laughs when you step out. Friends fall quiet when you rise. Co-workers nod and then undercut. This hurts. But hear the pattern. The larger the assignment, the closer the resistance. The goal is not your fall. The goal is your silence. Refuse to be silent. Refuse to dim your light to match a room that prefers shadows. Lift your chin. Breathe steady. Keep your focus and keep your flow. Walk with me through an ordinary scene. You at the kitchen table with a calculator and a pen. In this scene, your heart learns courage. In this scene, your pace becomes faithful. In this scene, your future begins to breathe. There is an order in wilderness days. First, you feel less. Then you learn to need less. Then you discover you are more than what you lost. Israel learned this. Manna came one day at a time. Water came from hard places. A cloud told them when to move and when to stop. That rhythm built trust. That rhythm cut ties with fear. Your daily bread arrives in a similar way. Not too much and not too little. Enough to walk today. Enough to hope again tomorrow. Say this out loud. I am not behind. I am not forgotten. I am not abandoned. I am planted. I am trained. I am trusted. My steps are ordered. My breath is steady. My future is held in a firm hand. I am a carrier of blessing. I am a builder of bridges. I am a breaker of cycles. I am a person of purpose. If this truth speaks to you, hit like and subscribe. Write 333 inches the comments. It is a prophetic sign of your divine alignment. Look again at the story of Joseph. The pit did not end him. The sale did not erase him. The false charge did not define him. The prison did not hold him. He learned skill in a hard place. He learned mercy in a lonely place. When the door opened, he was ready. He governed. He fed nations. He carried a dream that saved his own family. Now the bill on the table. You hold it flat with your palm. You plan a call. You list what can be sold and what can be delayed. You feel the old shame rise and you put it down. Wisdom sits with you like a quiet mentor. You decide to change 3 small habits. You cancel what drains and keep what builds. You make one brave phone call and discover favor on the other end. A supervisor says, "We can extend your plan." Night loosens its grip. Morning moves a little closer. Make room for holy imagination. See yourself 6 months from now. Your back is straight. Your eyes are clear. Your calendar has more white space. Your account has a buffer. Your body carries less worry and more sleep. Your prayers sound less like panic and more like partnership. You think in hopeful plans. You speak in clean lines. You lead with kindness and you follow with honor. This is not fantasy. This is fruit of steady days. You ask what to do when the dry wind hits again. Do what Jesus did. Answer lies with truth. Answer fear with scripture and with memory of the last deliverance. Answer pressure with the pace of peace. Speak small sentences that hold big faith. I am loved. I am guided. I am provided for. I am guarded. Walk around your room and say these lines. Let your own voice teach your own heart how to breathe again. You may feel alone in the process. You are not alone. Gideon felt small, yet a word named him mighty. Hagar felt unseen, yet a well appeared and a name for God appeared with it. Elijah felt finished, yet a meal arrived and a new assignment followed. Your story rhymes with these stories. The details are modern. The hope is the same. Provision does not fear hard places. Purpose does not avoid weak moments. Grace does not quit. Now lift your face. Stretch your hands. Your history does not own you. Your surname does not trap you. Your neighborhood does not cap you. Your past mistakes are not your future home. You are writing a new line with simple daily strokes. You are turning a heavy page with steady fingers. You are walking out of fear one small step at a time. If this truth steadies you, hit like and subscribe. Write 333 inches the comments. It is a prophetic sign of your divine alignment. This chapter ends with a picture. A long road of cracked earth under a bright sky. In the middle of the road, a single green shoot rises through the break. It stands alone, and it stands steady. Shadows move across it and pass by. It does not bend. It grows taller in the Sunday. One green shoot through hard ground. One clear sign that the desert is beginning to bloom. You meet your giant on an ordinary morning. The coffee tastes thin. The news on your phone weighs heavy. You whisper a prayer and stare at the rent notice on the counter. The giant smiles without a mouth. It is made of numbers and deadlines. It is made of fear and memory. It says you are not enough. It says you are alone. Hear me. You are not alone. You are not less. You are chosen for this very valley. Giants are not proof of failure. Giants are proof of promotion. David carried bread to his brothers and carried destiny back to the camp. He tried on armor that did not fit. He chose a sling and a stone. He ran toward the shout. His courage sounded like a clear bell across the valley. The giant fell because faith moved. The giant fell because trust spoke louder than fear. That pattern still holds. What you face is loud. Your giant may not hold a spear. Your giant may hold a clipboard. Your giant may wear a white coat. Your giant may speak in numbers. Your giant may sound like a voice in your head at 2 in the morning. It says the job is gone forever. It says the scan will only get worse. It says the relationship cannot be healed. But there is another voice. It is gentle. It is steady. It says lift your head. It says count to 4 and breathe. It says gather your stones and step forward. Scene 1. You sit at the table with an overdue bill and a cold pen. The room is quiet. You open a notebook and write 3 lines. Cut the waste. Call with respect. Create a plan. You breathe. You dial. A person answers and offers an extension. The weight slides a little. The giant shrinks a little. You circle the new date, and you whisper, thank you. That whisper is also a stone. Small, precise, powerful. Scene 2. You wait in the clinic hallway. Your name is on a screen. Your heart presses against your ribs. You count your breath. 4 in, 4 out. You remember promises spoken in better days. You remember that courage is a choice before it is a feeling. The door opens. The doctor speaks with care. There is a path. It will take time. You will not walk it alone. You write the steps in your notes. You commit to rest. You commit to wisdom. You commit to hope. The giant loses volume. Scene 3. You stand in your kitchen after an argument. The sink hums. The room holds the echo of words that were too sharp. You choose a softer reply. You choose to listen. You choose to name the pain without naming an enemy. You say, I value this home. You say, I value your heart. You say, I will stay present. The giant that wanted to break your table leaves the room. Peace pulls up a chair and stays. Giants loom because we measure them with old rulers. We remember our first fall and forget our last victory. We remember a slammed door and forget a door that flew open. Today you will measure with a new ruler. You will hold it to your fear and read it with truth. You will say, I am not the size of this problem. I am the size of my purpose. You will say, my resources may be small. My resolve is large. You will say, my hands are ready. My heart is steady. My God is faithful. Repeat after me. I will not run from my giant. I will not surrender my voice. I will not wear armor that does not fit. I will carry what I know. I will carry memory of past deliverance. I will carry a plan that honors wisdom. I will carry a peace that cannot be stolen. If this truth speaks to you, hit like and subscribe. Write 333 inches the comments. It is a prophetic sign of your divine alignment. Look again at David. He did not wait for perfect conditions. He moved in the middle of the noise. Look at Esther. She spoke in a risky room, and favor met her words. Look at Joseph. Every setback moved him closer to the seat, where he could serve many. Look at Peter. He failed in the night and was restored in the morning. Giants tried to rename them. Grace gave them back their names. The same grace is here. The same grace is working in your day right now. You ask how to gather stones in a modern valley. Start with clarity. Write down the giant in one plain sentence. Write down a small step you can take today. Write down a person who can stand with you. Do it now. Then move your body. Take a walk. Drink water. Send the email. Make the call. Open the job portal. Book the test. Create a folder for records. Clear your desk. Order brings courage. Courage brings momentum. Momentum brings open doors. Notice how giants use volume. They shout early. They shout late. They try to make your body speak with panic. But you can train your body to speak peace. You can train your home to carry peace. Turn down the news. Turn up the quiet. Put your phone face down for an hour. Dishes, laundry, walk, prayer. These small acts cut giant shadows into small pieces. You are not escaping the battle. You are choosing your ground. You are choosing your pace. Faith is not denial. Faith is decision. David saw the height of the giant. He decided to throw the stone anyway. You see the invoice. You see the lab result. You see the distance in the eyes of someone you love. You are not pretending. You are deciding. You are deciding to speak hope. You are deciding to keep a plan. You are deciding to honor your body. You are deciding to stay tender while you stay strong. This is how giants fall. This is how kingdoms shift. Some days the giant will fall quickly. Some days the giant will fall in inches. On inch days, you will celebrate inches. You will write them down. paid one bill, walked 20 minutes, sent a sincere apology, scheduled an interview, slept 7 hours, laughed twice today. You will stack inches until they look like miles. You will stack small wins until they sound like a song. This is not fantasy. This is formation. Honor the people who stand with you. A mentor who calls you higher. A friend who texts when you go quiet. A partner who chooses patience over pride. Tell them thank you. Honor the people who resist you. They sharpen your aim. They push you to clarity. They force you to find a voice that is not angry but firm. Thank them in your heart and keep moving. Your focus is high. Your future is bright. If this truth steadies you, hit like and subscribe. Write 333 inches the comments. It is a prophetic sign of your divine alignment. Hear this blessing over your week. May your mind be a quiet field. May your heart be a brave drum. May your schedule serve your calling. May your steps land on solid ground. May your words heal your house. May your hands finish what they start. May favor surround your effort like a shield. May wisdom choose your timing. May joy meet you in ordinary rooms. Now we close with a picture. The valley is still. Dust hangs in a thin line above the earth. Your sling rests open in your hand. One smooth stone lies still on the ground. It sits in silence like a seal. The giant is no longer standing. The horizon is wide and clear. And the single stone shines in the light, small and certain, marking the place where fear fell. You survive the wilderness. You face the giant. Now comes the prison. It is not a cell with iron bars, but it feels the same. A place where you are restricted, confined, waiting. A place where your effort does not match your outcome. A place where your loyalty feels unrewarded. The prison is when you gave your best, and still it was not enough. The prison is when you are faithful, yet overlooked. The prison is when the people you helped forgot your name. Joseph knew the prison, betrayed by brothers, lied about by a master's wife, forgotten by the very man he helped. He sat in the dark and wondered if the dream was still alive. But hear me, the prison was never his ending. It was the final hallway before the palace. The gift did not die in the dungeon, it sharpened there. The wisdom did not fade in the silence, it deepened there. His faith did not break, it matured. Your prison might be a job that undervalues you. It might be a relationship where love feels one-sided. It might be a body that refuses to recover on your schedule. It might be the invisible bars of debt. You feel the walls closing in. You feel time moving while you are stuck. But you must know, the prison is not punishment. The prison is preparation. Scene 1. You sit at a desk under fluorescent lights, typing reports that carry someone else's signature. You bring ideas to the table that are ignored, until someone else repeats them louder. You leave late. The train is crowded. Your body aches. You wonder if your work is wasted. Listen, every skill you sharpen now is seed for the palace. Every task you finish faithfully is practice for greater influence. Joseph managed a prison before he managed a nation. You are not stuck. You are in training. Scene 2. You hold your phone and scroll a message thread that went cold. You sent care. You sent effort. You sent love. Silence came back. You feel invisible in the very place you poured out your soul. The walls of loneliness feel hard against your chest. But even here, God sees. Even here, you are not abandoned. Love is not wasted when given in truth. Love is seed. Love is memory. Love is testimony. The prison cannot erase your value. Scene 3. You open a letter with numbers that press heavy on your eyes. Payment missed. Balance increased. A deadline printed in bold. You fold the paper and it feels like folding your hope. But the letter is not the last word. You begin to plan. You begin to pray. You begin to ask for wisdom. A path opens that you did not see. An opportunity arrives. A phone call brings favor. The numbers begin to shift. The bars begin to crack. Prisons are where perspective shifts. What felt like an end becomes a process. What looked like delay becomes design. What seemed like chains becomes structure. The chosen do not break in prison. They are built there. Say this with me. I am not forgotten. I am not forsaken. I am not finished. I am planted in the dark. I am growing roots in silence. I am preparing for light. If this truth speaks to you, hit like and subscribe. Write 333 inches the comments. It is a prophetic sign of your divine alignment. Think of Paul and Silas. Their prison was real, stone walls and locked feet, yet at midnight they sang. Their worship turned into an earthquake. The chains fell, the doors opened, the prison could not hold praise. Neither can your prison hold you. Think of Jeremiah, called young, ignored by his people, placed in stocks, thrown in a pit. He wept, he doubted, yet he continued to speak. His prison became a pulpit, his tears became scripture. Think of Peter, locked in chains, guarded by soldiers, awaiting trial. Yet, in the night, an angel struck his side. The chains fell, the doors opened. He walked out into the street, free under moonlight. Prisons break pride. Prisons break self-dependence. But prisons also prove that God is still writing. Every bar is temporary. Every wall will shift. Every chain will snap. Do not despise this confinement. It will not last. Do not curse the delay. It is shaping you. Do not quit in the waiting. Your waiting is working. Your prison is building the strength required for your palace. If this word burns in your chest, hit like and subscribe. Write 333 inches the comments. It is a prophetic sign of your divine alignment. And here is how this chapter closes. You sit on a narrow bed, in a dim room. You lean back against cold stone. You exhale, and then you hear it. A key turning, a lock releasing. The door swings open. Light cuts into the darkness. You blink. You stand. You step forward. Chains slide off your wrists, hitting the ground with a final sound. The prison dissolves behind you. Before you lies a corridor filled with light, leading to a throne you cannot yet see. You survived the wilderness. You faced the giant. You endured the prison. Now comes the fire. Not the fire that warms, but the fire that tests. The fire is when pressure is turned up, when eyes are on you, when compromise is offered, and when standing tall costs more than bending low. The fire is the place where your faith is not only spoken, but proven. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego knew this fire. They refused to bow to a golden statue. They were bound and thrown into flames so hot that even the soldiers outside perished. Yet, in the fire, they did not burn. In the fire, they were not alone. A fourth figure walked with them, radiant, steady, unshaken. The fire became the stage for their testimony. The fire revealed what chains could not. Your fire may not be literal flames. Your fire is the pressure at work to sign what you know is not right. Your fire is the circle of friends who mock your faith. Your fire is the sickness that refuses to move quickly. Your fire is the temptation to give up, to numb out, to lower your standard. The fire demands decision. Will you bow or will you stand? Scene 1. You are in a meeting room. A document is passed to you. The pressure in the room is heavy. Signing would bring profit, but you know it would betray your values. Your hand shakes. You hear the silent laugh of compromise. You put the pen down. You speak calm but firm. I cannot. The room grows quiet. Some look angry, some look surprised, but heaven smiles. You walk out lighter. The fire did not consume you. Scene 2. You sit on a hospital bed. The report is serious. A doctor lays out numbers and terms that break your peace. The enemy whispers, "Give up. Let despair win." But something rises in you. You choose to speak life over yourself. You call a friend to pray with you. You read words of healing out loud in the sterile room. The fire of fear is real, but it cannot consume faith. Scene 3. You stand in a living room. A family argument has stretched long. Old wounds are open. Voices are sharp. The fire is thick in the air. You breathe. You choose not to add another flame. You speak peace. You say, "I want restoration, not revenge." The room falls silent. The atmosphere shifts. The fire loses its power when one heart chooses peace. Fire is never comfortable. Fire strips away what is weak. Fire exposes what is strong. Fire refines gold. Fire hardens steel. The chosen do not avoid fire. They walk through it. They stand in it. And they discover that the fire reveals God's nearness more than comfort ever will. Say this with me. I will not bow to fear. I will not bow to compromise. I will not bow to despair. I will stand in truth. I will stand in courage. I will stand in faith. If this truth speaks to you, hit like and subscribe. Write 333 inches the comments. It is a prophetic sign of your divine alignment. Remember Job. His fire was lost beyond measure. Family gone. Health broken. Friends unkind. He sat in ashes. Yet he said, "Though he slay me, yet will I trust him." And in the end, his latter days were greater than his beginning. The fire did not finish him. The fire refined him. Remember Daniel, surrounded by plots, trapped by law, thrown into a den. The lions were real, their teeth sharp. Yet the fire of faith in him silenced their mouths. He walked out untouched. Remember Jesus. His fire was a cross. Betrayal, pain, blood, silence from heaven. Yet he endured, and the fire of that sacrifice became the light of salvation. The worst fire became the greatest victory. Do not despise your fire. It is proof you are chosen. It is proof you carry something worth testing. It is proof that you will come out brighter, stronger, refined. If this truth steadies you, hit like and subscribe. Write 333 inches the comments. It is a prophetic sign of your divine alignment. Now look at the closing picture of this chapter. You stand in a furnace. Flames rise high. The heat is fierce. Yet your clothes do not burn. Your hair does not singe. Chains fall from your wrists and drop to the ground. And in the fire beside you stands a figure clothed in light. He looks at you with calm eyes. The fire roars louder but cannot touch you. And as you step forward, the flames split apart, making a path. You walk out untouched. You walk out transformed. You walk out shining like gold. You have walked through the wilderness. You have faced the giant. You have endured the prison. You have stood in the fire. And now comes the crown. The season where what was hidden is revealed. The moment where what was promised becomes visible. The chosen ones are not crowned because life was easy. They are crowned because they did not quit when it was hard. The crown is not made of gold alone. It is made of scars that healed. It is made of nights you survived. It is made of tears that watered the ground. It is made of faith that refused to die. The crown is recognition that you carried the weight and did not let go. It is honor given by heaven, not applause from men. Scene 1. You walk into a workplace that once overlooked you. This time they do not look past you. This time they ask for your insight. This time the position is yours. You sit at the table, not as a guest, but as a leader. You smile. You remember the years you were ignored. You remember the silence. And now you see the crown. Scene 2. You walk into a hospital for a follow-up. The doctor smiles differently this time. The numbers shifted. The test results clear. You exhale. You close your eyes and whisper, "Thank you." The crown is not just healing. The crown is the story you now carry. A story of survival that will strengthen others. Scene 3. You sit at a family table. The chair that was once empty is filled. The silence that once echoed is broken by laughter. Apologies were spoken. Forgiveness was given. You look around the room and see not perfection, but restoration. You understand the weight of being a chosen one. The crown is not comfort. It is impact. Crowns are not placed without process. Joseph wore his crown after years of betrayal and waiting. Esther wore her crown after risking her life. David wore his crown after battles and rejection. Peter wore his crown after failure and restoration. Jesus wore his crown after a cross. The path to the crown is steep, but the crown is sure. Say this with me. I am not defined by my pain. I am not trapped by my past. I am not limited by my failures. I am called. I am chosen. I am crowned. If this truth speaks to you, hit like and subscribe. Write 333 inches the comments. It is a prophetic sign of your divine alignment. Understand this. The crown is not just for you. It is for your children. It is for your community. It is for the people who will read your story and find courage. The crown you wear becomes a torch for others. The blessing you carry becomes a foundation for generations. You did not survive only for yourself. You survived for those who will come after you. The chosen carry mantles. A mantle is heavy, but it is holy. It is a covering that says your life is more than your own. You are called to be a light in dark rooms. You are called to be a bridge over broken ground. You are called to be a testimony that God is still faithful. Lift your hands and speak this one last time. I will walk with my crown. I will live with my mantle. I will bless my family. I will strengthen my community. I will shine my light. I will not shrink back. I will fulfill my purpose. If this truth steadies you, hit like and subscribe. Write 333 inches the comments. It is a prophetic sign of your divine alignment. Now the chapter closes, and the vision is clear. A throne room opens. Light pours down like rivers. A crown is placed on your head, firm and steady. A robe is laid across your shoulders. A voice speaks, calm and strong, "Well done." And you rise, not as a survivor only, but as a ruler. Not as one who barely made it, but as one who overcame. You lift your head. You step forward, and heaven's banner waves over you, chosen and crowned forever.